Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome again to your daily insight. So today I want to talk to you about the things that were posted in the group messenger. So first off, it was a lot of the issue that I find individuals going through is the fact that, it's the temporary nature of dieting, right? People go on a diet and they go off the diet. So I'm coming at this from two sides. People get overwhelmed. Number one, with the insecurity and the lack of sustainability of some of these fad diets and these extreme weight loss programs, right? It enables you to lose the weight, various methods, of course, but it's not sustainable. But then on the other hand, you have people that are just overwhelmed with, lifestyle or are being confused. I work with people who do keto, right? And keto isn't a lifestyle. The research, the long-term feedback now is coming in, and it's not a sustainable lifestyle. It's not a method for lifestyle. And you can't, and please don't confuse diets with lifestyles. And that's why insight is nutrition and lifestyle. They're two separate entities that need to work together, but when they're confused as one and the same, then you find yourself in trouble. It's like the, brain and body. They work in tandem, they work in unison, but they're two totally different things. We're not autonomous. We have different experts, different departments of, cardiovascular, neurological, all these different elements when it comes to medicine in the human body and treating specifics of the body, different organs, different systems. So it's the same thing when it comes to nutrition, right? So the key to insight and the purpose for these podcasts and the daily messages and the educational message as well is to kind of work with everything at one time. So it's a very kind of overview, oversighted type of approach where we don't need to be experts on one specific thing. We need to be good at all of it, and then an expert at kind of putting it together, knowing what to leverage, where to focus on type thing, and seeing the three elements, your body, your food, and your environment as separate, but being able to tie them all together. It's almost like managing a team or being the coach of a team. So effectively, that's what you are. You're the coach of your own body, right? Of your own life, I should say, because of those three elements that involve your life. So I think that's the big issue that I wanted to address today. Is losing weight is not a lifestyle. Losing weight is the phase. It's the job interview. It's the dating engagement type thing before the real work begins, which is being able to sustain it. So, if I go in for a job interview and I study for the job interview and, hopefully I'm trained and I'm capable of doing what I said I'm capable of doing, as opposed to giving a great job interview and then getting hired, but then going into the job and not being able to do what I had set out to do or said I could do, right? I'm not going to be able to sustain that job, or it's going to be very, very difficult, and I'm not going to perform very well. And this is what people are finding when they diet to lose weight versus learn to lose weight, learn to manage a healthy weight, learn to become healthier, I guess, is really the term that I'm trying to push everybody towards, right? When you become better, it's you developing along this process, and the end result of the process is that you've become better. Whereas we tend to focus on the end result and we don't focus on the in-between, which you've heard me say multiple times. So, what you do to lose the weight, you need to be able to see yourself doing to a certain degree, right? Caloric deficit is a general thing, and it's something that can be attained by multiple avenues. But at the end of the day, guys, you can't always stay in a caloric deficit. And I learned this with my eating disorder. Is all I knew was either caloric deficit or caloric surplus. Gaining weight was unacceptable. And in my fear of gaining weight, I kept losing and made myself very sick because of it. And I see people doing that sometimes on the same scale, but a lot of times on a much lesser scale. And I call it disordered eating as opposed to an eating disorder, because they become hypervigilant. They become too focused on, the control as opposed to and they perceive control as rigidity, right? As opposed to, you've heard me say before, as opposed to control and structure is flexible as well. Having the same destination, same end game, but being flexible in your methods in between. So losing and gaining weight, let me go back, is so you can't continuously lose weight, so therefore weight loss isn't a lifestyle, therefore it's unsustainable, because eventually, the body is going to kick back, or it just becomes unsustainable with your lifestyle, like with what's happening in your life, and being able to monitor and manage that. So the human body is designed to gain weight. That's what it's designed to do. It's also designed to lose weight. So how much we gain, how much we lose is up to us. It's our control, remember, right? We've got leverage on the outcome, not necessarily the situation. So here we are, losing and gaining weight, something that we're genetically and biologically designed to do. And when you fight against one or the other, or lean on one more than the other, then you create an imbalance. So here's where it's going to get real for a lot of people. We will gain weight. When you lose weight, when you hit your target, your goal, or whatever it may be, you're not going to be able to stay there. But it doesn't mean that you need to gain all of your weight back either. And this is the caveat. This is where people are missing. Or this is what people are missing. So you gain 5 pounds. You lose 5 pounds. And then you regain 3 pounds. And then you lose the 3 pounds. So from here on forward, what maintenance is, it's the management of your weight, not the control, but the management of it, right? Same way as managing your bank account, or managing, all kinds of other things that we manage in our lives. There's an ebb and flow to it, right? There's an up and down process. My bank account isn't always the same. There's money deposited, and then there's money spent, but I keep it within an acceptable range in order to have a healthy financial account. And that's the approach that we need to look at with our food, is by learning how to lose weight responsibly, lose fat responsibly, and manage your weight. Okay, let me say that again. Lose fat and manage your weight. You're now creating a lifestyle. You're now creating a flexible lifestyle where, you can put weight on, you can lose weight, basically at your beck and call, like at your own discretion. And that's where you get into the management of it. Okay, that's where you're into the lifestyle of it. So if I want to gain weight for a specific reason, and there have been reasons where I've needed to gain weight for, sporting events and things like that, and I deal with athletes that need to do that, or if you need to cut weight for a sporting event, you know how to do it, and it's just a temporary thing, right? And then you're able to manage that and slowly maybe gain the weight back and then lose that weight again. But it doesn't need to be 100 pounds or 50 pounds or 20 pounds. It could be 5 pounds. It could be 10 pounds, right? To fluctuate the same 10 pounds for the rest of your life doesn't sound like a bad deal. Or fluctuate, 5 pounds for the rest of your life doesn't seem like a bad deal. That's where you get into the maintenance of it all. Okay, that's maintenance. Weight loss, fat loss, a reduction of calories, those things are cumulative, and those are, that's the point of doing it every single day, is because the deficit needs to accumulate to a point where, it draws physical changes from your body, right? But when it comes to, again, maintenance, it's learning both ends of this thing. It's learning, okay, and it all boils down to, guys, believe it or not, just awareness, knowing how many calories you're taking in, balancing out your macros, keeping track of what you're putting in your face, because then you'll know, oh shoot, I'm gaining weight because my calories are higher than they should be, and I need to remedy that. So, okay, I've put weight on, so I need to reduce my calories. So it's kind of, it's just about knowing what you're putting in your body and being aware of those, either, through a meal plan or through, these fantastic apps that we have that keep track of your budget, of your nutritional budget, so that and also getting on the scale. One of the biggest issues I see multiple issues, as you can tell, being in my industry and seeing the volume of people that I see, is people just don't weigh themselves. By weighing yourself, you'll know if you get on the scale every day, or, Monday through Friday, or a couple days out of the week, you'll be able to identify the trend. You'll know, oh shit, okay, I'm going up, so I need to cut my calories back, and I need to, or, burn the calories off through exercise, but I need to manage my calories better. So the biggest thing that we could do for maintenance, right, once the weight has been achieved, whether it's a weight gain or weight loss, is to keep track of said weight, right? By getting on the scale daily, or at least multiple times throughout the week, it's going to give you, it'll give you better tracking, so that you'll be able to identify, okay, you know what, I was 190 a month ago, and now my weight is tracking at 198, so I'm up 8 pounds from the weight that number that I feel comfortable at. 190 is a good number, so I'm going to start being a little bit more mindful of the calories that I'm taking in, or the calories that I'm expending, meaning, I'm going to walk a little more, and or both, right? I'm going to walk a little bit more, and I'm going to manage and track my calories, and then I need to take care of this 8 pounds before it becomes 10, before it becomes 12, before it becomes 15, and it becomes a bigger deal, right? So how everybody in this group right now, in this community, and how you guys are losing weight, is basically teaching you how, or losing body fat, losing weight. It's teaching you how to do it, so that when the time comes again, you're able to do it. Now, safely and effectively, of course. But the big thing is that it's teaching you to be more mindful of what you're putting in your body, so the weight doesn't come on overnight. You know what I mean? You're being more conscientious, more mindful, so that you're able to keep track of this, right? Like, guys, the people that manage their money have more money. Bottom line. So people that manage their health have more health. So really what insight is, it's a strategy. It's teaching you the lifestyle of management, right? And knowledge is important. Like, knowing your foods, knowing your body a little better helps you manage that, right? People that, again, manage their money, a lot of them know the ins and outs of finance a little better than someone who doesn't pay attention to it, because it's hard to pay attention to something that we don't understand. And if we don't understand it, it's hard to pay attention to it, right? Because it tends to be overwhelming, and so many people are overwhelmed when it comes to their nutrition. So this insight is effectively teaching you nutrition so that you can manage your nutrition better, and affect and response. You're able to manage your weight better and manage your health better, because your weight and your health are in large part associated to your nutrition, but also to your lifestyle. And how do I adapt my nutrition based on my ever-changing lifestyle as we become older, more active, less active, more stress, less stress?